You see the still the point of interest is still the true settings. You can set the false. Sorry, false settings. Still we can say divide it is like this way, then you can clearly visualize what I mean. So we have the visualizations, the layout, base map false, and then so you have true settings, and then and so on so forth. Let's see. So now we refresh again the page. So the page is automatically, you see the how quick it is, the call of the GeoServers, and then and so on so forth. It is really that's I said, it is really professionally designed, and all the optimization is there. Just you need to be think about, you need to be properly understand what you can do, how can you do those things together. So there's a default setting, the base maps, and then this default map networks. If you switch on switch off, it is automatically what works, what we expect. The information. So this is the really simple case, and it's all the tracks information into the GeoServer. So you see all the information, the last time calls, when it's callings, and this is the 28th of August, and then the last time call, and then the port number, the service URL informations, and the base URL informations, and everything is tracked into the your GeoServer log files. So this information is okay. Then we send very simple HTML page. We just call the GeoService WMS services, and then locate our where the map central points, zoom level, and then load the basic OpenStreetMaps and load the Google Maps and do the necessary transformation type of Google Maps, call the GeoServices, and so on and so forth. Very simple. And this is the control of the all control of the maps. That's I will show you. This is the control of maps. This I mean the very basic control. This one, that's the basic control of you. You can draw the polygons, line, points, what you would like to do, doesn't matter. All the control of the polygon. This is the very basic functionalities from the OpenLayers. So you see the OpenLayer switcher, that's we switch on switch off the layers, mouse position, that's I already show you in the mouse position. If you are the slide here home bar, you see the mouse position is hitting the meter scales mouse positions. You see the mouse position exactly what we expected. Sorry. And then you have the zoom position, the mouse position, that's the scale, zoom scale, and the default keyboard and editor toolbars, that's I already show you, and this administrative points of Dhaka city, because you can edit it, and overview maps. In the overview maps, that's the overview maps is here. This is the overview maps. You see the location of the maps, it automatically works. That's we expected. Overview maps, all the mapping functionalities that's available here. You can just use it, and then just simply build a Web GIS based enterprise level applications, web applications. You can do very quickly. So here is the map control. You see the double, and then all the necessary CSS styling, and then some little functions, trigger functions, and this is the fixing the current map positions. Then when you click it, and then you see the map positions. I mean the map position, when you click it, you see the map position, current position with the north and eastern directions. Even though we have different way of doing, so you can do what you like to do. Then maybe degree, minute, second. For this case, we just put in meter scales, north and eastern directions. That's the requirement from the specifications. So this is the current positions, and then mouse click events. You see the mouse click event, and so on so forth. The highlighted features that we didn't implement yet, and the line control, maybe the click it and then see the feature. I'm continuing, that's I said, I'm continuing all part of the informations development. You can just follow the channels and then do your study and then do your implementations and follow the channels. And I think we are continuing the further development. Maybe there are more screencasts coming for with the new concept, new technologies, or new features or new functionalities. But still, this is all I can say. This is all the basic functionalities. You have a map click event, and you can calculate the distance between 2 points on areas, volume calculation, all sort of information is possible. That's the future screencast. I will add it here. So you say the click event activate, and then you set the central points, the mouse positions, and the zoom level. The zoom level that's we said is 13 in the zoom level, and then show info events JavaScript function in the script blocks, and track control. This all the function is written there, but we didn't implement all functionalities. So you see the very simple onload init functions that's we written down inside the JavaScript functions in HTML page. That's I said, and I have a very beginning course. How can you write this part of the code? You need to write down the different JavaScript functions, and then call the JavaScript functions. Really very simple 10 line of HTML page, and so on so forth. That's how we did it. I will do it in the very beginning course, in the JavaScript course, and just you can continue and follow this one. So I mean, that's one. How can you complex JavaScript code? If I go to the JavaScript, very beginning JavaScript course, I don't know who is the screencast number. It is the very beginning JavaScript course. It is a 40. No, let's see in the channel. Who is the very beginning JavaScript course? Beginner JavaScript course. This is the JavaScript number, the screencast number 45. So we can go to the screencast number 45. Screencast number 45. This is the workspace JavaScript code. This is the workspace that I am talking about. So this is, they have the design like this way, very simple HTML. You put it here, and then you have a very simple HTML page. That's we have it already discussed about load this one, code generation view, and then you have some third-party libraries. You can put it here, and then you have all your customized JavaScript libraries that's you written. So that's we already written the customized JavaScript library. We didn't yet finish yet, but we write down the very simple, I think so, very simple HTML page with the with JavaScript function. See, very to number add, how can you call the external JavaScript, and then how can you integrate those JavaScript, and then so on so forth, multiplication functions and division, all things it is works externally. So if I look the HTML page, you see the very simple HTML page. So it has all the function is written in the hello world. You have some own custom a JavaScript library. You see how the custom JavaScript library, hello world, add function, multiplication, division, and so on so forth. That's I mean, this very beginning level JavaScript programming that you need to. If you don't understand the JavaScript, then you can have learn it. How can you write JavaScript functions? Because if you compare these JavaScript functions, that I mean the external JS functions, you can go there, and then we write down here external third party, not here. That's huge customer JavaScript functions, and then you see the very simple JavaScript functions. Again, this one code JavaScript functions. Then you see the little bit complex JavaScript functions in here. So a little bit complex JavaScript functions, but very simple JavaScript function that you already show in the web page. Hello world, add functions. Then you can start from how can you start down the JavaScript functions as compared to here. You see the little bit complex in integrating the OpenLayer libraries, and based on the OpenLayers libraries, you write down your custom JavaScript functions and integrate those functions into your HTML page. That's I mean, that's the complexity of your programming. So that's I mean you need to be do, and that's why I said in this example for the very beginners, I do like everything into the in the HTML page, but in later case we just changed it this JavaScript functions outside the JavaScript, outside the your HTML page, and call the JavaScript function as it is what we have it in here this stage. JavaScript function call, and here the JavaScript function call, and just simply build a your very simple HTML page. That's I mean. So that means if you have a just this JavaScript functions containing all the functionality